mid seems to be very calm. We're at 13 CS to Rize's 19, so Rize is leading a little bit there, but I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen around level 5, where your skills start getting into, you know, a higher ranking. Well, at least one, and you're going to start doing what you want to do as a character. For Orianna, that would be Q and W, and, you know, a few autos here and there. For Rize, it's also, you know, his overload, and then, you know, his snare, so...
Yeah, and Orianna got her early blue. That's definitely gonna help her.
Oh,
Now
yeah.
she can spam some spells. That's gonna be a real pain for Rize.
Yeah, yeah.
And top lane is pushing as well for Shen, so he's probably going to back off. I'd say. Yeah.
Real. Yeah, he's probably worried a little bit about maybe Mundo returning the favor on the gank. Great gank by Cho'Gath. Here he's going to come. Here's the snare. Will the Naka be really easy to land? Nope, she's going to burn flash to be safe. And there's that. That is down for 4 minutes, so at 8 minutes, mid might be free to gank.
Yeah.
Until 8 minutes. So right now, bot lane is at 26 CS to Graves is 22, so it's pretty even though they gave up, you know, the first blood with Taric. He wasn't able to get zone 2 horribly, so that's pretty good. And, wow, Vayne has not yet bought and still has 3 pots, so everyone's playing relatively safe. Must be those tournament nerves, you know, don't want to take risks.
But I really think she should back off, because she can really take advantage if you get 3 hits on her.
Yeah.
Shen went back and got a Heart of Gold as well. Gonna increase his income a bit.
Yeah, definitely.
As well as negate some of the Olaf's true damage. Orianna actually maxing Q.
Really? Oh, no, that is the good option there, because it gets the cooldown so low that you can just keep it going, keep burning it, keep doing it, so...
Yeah, but what I usually see is like 2 points in Q, 2 points in W.
It does help for wave clear, so...
Yeah. Show picking up a Philosopher's Stone as well with that kill. He got it top. Nothing special going on at the moment. Mundo standing in the bush at mid. He's probably not going to be able to do anything in the near future, though.
Yeah, he probably is looking at bot. Bot's pretty vulnerable right here. It does seem that they have 1 pink ward in the try. But other than that, if they do a ward count, Taric doesn't have... he has 1 ward that he has not placed, so...
Yeah.
They're pretty vulnerable to the lane gank, but I don't think Mundo, you know...
Yeah, he
Mundo-
doesn't know that. Yeah, but yeah, if he comes through Dragon as well, he can just get a free gank. But we got flash up on both Taric and Graves.
Oh, yeah.
And Graves with that smoke screen is gonna be hard to gank.
Hopefully you guys spread the word about the tournament, get people in here. Thank you guys for watching. This is the Kings of EU tournament, and right now we're going through a little bit of early game in League of Legends, and it's very patient, very grueling, because these players don't want to throw anything away. They don't really know each other, they don't know what kind of risks the other team takes, so this is typical, like, you know, first time playing against each other, tournament nerves, probably. So, speaking of tournament nerves, here comes Mundo at bot, but he just walked right through their pink ward, and Cho'Gath is pinging to give off the blue buff.
Yeah, Shogat walked by. He tried to lane gank, but the ward just went off when he came there.
Yeah.
At top, they're just trading damage back and forth.
Yeah, I don't expect anything to happen yet until maybe another 3 to 4 minutes when ultimates start coming out and they get benefits off of it. So, but right now it does seem that Cuber is suffering here against Olaf naturally. Just Olaf's a better fighter. And, you know, you can only do so many Qs before, you know, Olaf's going to use his W and Q combination, which gives his W being called, oh, let me get you the actual name here, Vicious Strikes. He has no points in, actually.
Oh, actually.
That's interesting.
He's maxing his Q. Oh, and Graves gets a kill.
Really?
Vayne as well. Did catch that action. But I'm surprised that actually Graves has more creep kills than Vayne. And she hasn't backed off yet. So.
Wow, the exhaust on Vayne really hurting him there, and then Graves taking the initiative with his ultimate, but Vayne picking off Taric, so it's generally a good trade. It does suck that the jungler dies, though. That might set the team back overall. So here comes Shen taunting Ignite, and then he's going to, Olaf activates his ult, but it gets shut down pretty quick by Shen's passive, which is pretty strong. Key strike.
Meanwhile, oh! Rize actually hitting a minion with his Q, missing the kill on Oriana. She had like 1 HP left. Wow. I bet he is raging right now.
Wow.
That's, the time when you, that's really the times when you want to.
Yeah, let's watch that again. For the most part, I want to see in slow motion that. Oh, we can't get it, but that's interesting. I haven't seen that in a while. Like those kind of mistakes, they do happen, and they are mind.
But it was a huge mistake as well. I don't know, because he literally hit the creep behind him. So I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's smart cast probably. Flash and a smart cast, you know. The tournament's being streamed. You don't know how good your opponent is. You're just, you know, feeling it out. So it happens, you know. More often than not in tournaments. So. Or
but
not.
actually, purple team is ahead by 1k gold.
I can believe this. Graves is really playing well for the deficit he's been in. And with all due respect, that's because mid-game is, you know, Graves and Tarek's home ground. With Shatter and the natural base damages on Buckshot, you really can't do a whole lot no matter how many kills you get. But right now it seems Oriana... Yeah, 3v3 here. We got Oriana landing the Q and W onto Cho'Gath, and a little bit of Graves there it seems like, but then Janna disengaging with her ultimate, so... It seems that everyone's pretty scared of each other still, so...
Yeah, no one wants to really full engage.
Ori's ult being up, but Mundo covering mid, recovering a little bit, but Rize making sure that it's not too much of a recovery, landing overload a lot on Mundo, taking him down to half here. Ori checking the bush with her Q.
Yeah, but I mean, purple team shouldn't be scared of going 3 versus 3 because they got the Shen ult to come in. So if they communicate, they can turn it into a 4 versus 3 and win it very easily.
Very true, very true. And Shen's in a good position too. He isn't losing top. He's already got recurve bow, which I'm gonna almost 1000% sure.
Yeah, Ionic Spark.
Yeah. It's
he's got the Ruby Crystal as well.
Yeah.
He's going for the wicked build.
Yeah.
Build Ionic Spark on everything.
I don't know, man. That item, I wish it was still around for Season 3. I think it's a great item to some degree. Clearly it is a niche pick for some, but it makes Aurelia oh so good. So here comes Mundo bot lane, trying to get his gank on. He's recovering a lot of health with his ultimate, trying to tank the turret for his team. Vayne's doing the damages, but Graves' ult is going to shut that down. And then you're going to have a flash from Vayne just to be safe, not wanting to give away any advantage on a gank that they tried to do. So, meanwhile, Cho'Gath is still farming.
They managed to escape, and they didn't have exhaust up or flash on Tarek, so
very
well
true.
played by them.
His exhaust did just come up now, so I don't know. His flash is going to be up soon. Now with his flash up and Vayne's being down, well, Vayne has cleanse, so it won't be all for naught. So here comes Mundo with about 400 health, trying to duel a Cho'Gath and a Rize. That might not be the smartest idea.
Doesn't have his ulti up yet, though, but if he had, he could really chunk him down.
Top lane is definitely interesting. They gave Olaf the blue buff, so one way or another, that's going to be a wild ride. It's funny that they opted blue on Olaf rather than Oriana. She does have Chalice, but, you know, I'm just shocked, really. I mean,
often when you face a bruiser as Olaf, you want to pick the E for the true damage. And you're not really going to spam Axis that much if you don't have blue, that is.
Yeah. Well, I think what Pack is worrying about is that the same thing I said with the health stacking. True damage doesn't really bolster anything if they stack health, so he's probably opting to see if he can get more damage with physical, and then Shen not building armor, because he really doesn't have any to begin with. He only has 74. So
yeah, and if they stand on top of each other and fight, and he keeps throwing his axes with the blue buff, he's just gonna crush it.
Rize picking up blue buff here in the jungle. But yeah, it's
Meanwhile,
definitely...
Tarek going in on Vayne, Graves coming in with the buckshot. He's not gonna make it.
That was rough. It seemed pretty close. I think Vayne burned cleanse earlier, so obviously it's getting very hard for bot lane to keep up in the mid phase.
Yeah, she cleansed just as the stun came in, but Graves didn't use ulti or ignite, and they're probably gonna pick up a dragon uncontested here.
Yeah, it does seem that a lot of pings are going down. Blue team.
Orianna trying for the steal. Cho'Gath just using smite. Oh, a double.
Oh wow, yeah, here comes the double Rise picking up that one on Mundo and then picking the one on Orianna. That's not good. That's gonna make things very difficult for them.
Yeah, the double rupture there. 2 kills and a dragon. Really gonna set them ahead. Now 4k gold ahead suddenly.
Pack really hurting here from Shen. He is down now with Ignite going on him.
Wow.
Blue team is definitely they were in it, but they need to start really doing the damage here. Speaking of damage, here comes Vayne, but the exhaust won't stop her true damage, and that's that. Graves is gonna go down. That's kind of a scary thing to see.
Taric going in with his shatter just to get some creeps. He's probably not gonna be able to stay now. I don't think he should, because if Vayne gets her condemned down onto something, he's gonna be in trouble.
Oh
Might
yeah.
need another kill. Yeah, he's backing off. Should have backed up earlier, I think.
It seems that Vayne's going for Zeal instead of Doran's items, so this is something I've seen some people do, and it's an interesting rush. Once you get Zeal in BF, you're basically a mid-game champion, no matter what you are. And the logic behind this is that you have all the essentials that you actually need for mid-game that would transition into late game. What I mean by that is BF Sword for damage, Zeal for crit and attack speed, so, you know.
Yeah, the only thing she's lacking is the lifesteal.
Yeah.
But I have been going, when I play AD carry, I've been rushing Bloodthirster a lot, because if you get ahead early, you can really use it to trade very successfully.
Oh yeah. It makes the numbers very hard to calculate because you don't know how much you're going to regenerate. But with this Zeal BF rush, Vayne, oh, wow, she's actually going Black Cleaver, which, interesting. It's a very mid-game oriented item, but
Yeah, at the mid to late game, the Lost Whisper will be very much better.
yeah, I don't know, that might not be the best route, just because with, oh wow, here comes Orianna getting ganked by Cho'Gath and Rize. Yowza, the true damage on the Munch there, taking her out. Top still suffering, 2 levels behind now. Bot lane's definitely going to have to bring it out if they're going to do something.
Yeah, but I mean, with the Vayne, they really want to go for the late game. So I don't know about the Black Cleaver. She's gonna have to get 3 consecutive hits to have it really being effective. And she's not gonna get that all the time in team fights. With people running around, she has to switch targets as well. But I guess if she can just switch one target, it will be very effective.
I would like to see a lane switch here, actually. I think Vayne could get top turret if they switch sooner than later, and then Olaf can 2v1 bot. I mean, he has his ultimate to stop the combo from Taric, so it's not like he can't, you know, lane at all, but I don't know.
Yeah, Vayne would be very, very, very good versus the Shen with the armor reduce and the 3 hits with the true damage versus his HP stack.
And here comes purple team going in on this blue. Blue team's going to try and return with a counterattack, but actually just gets bursted down this Mundo, which is it's painful to watch because he doesn't have much items yet. He didn't go GP 10s. He doesn't have Heart of Gold, so mistakes like that are going to be even more heavy on Mundo.
Where are you on the time?
Oh, I'm live right now.
47.
Yeah, same here.
Okay, good. Yeah, they actually stole the blue, so Rize is gonna have that, and Orianna isn't. Gonna be a huge advantage just spamming those spells.
I really think the lane switch would be ideal here, just because you want to get this tower before Dragon appears, and you're probably wondering as if you were like, oh, well, what's so important about timers? Well, if bot lane stays down here, right, and this matchup keeps happening, for better or worse, like, yeah, Vayne will come out in the long run, but we've already established that Black Cleaver kinda doesn't set her apart from the late game, or it sets her apart from the late game, because Black Cleaver and Last Whisper don't, like, scale together. But you also got to look at Olaf. Like, Olaf is suffering so much. If he doesn't do something, you know, get golems or get wolves or something, he's going to be pretty hard to team fight with late game. But meanwhile, we got Mundo going in on Rize here, and Rize is going to try and burst down Oriana.
Oh,
It will